Hello friends, this is Ben Adam, the spiritual counselor, always excited to be with us to bring to us the revelatory aspect of spirituality. I want to appreciate all of you who have been consistent on this platform. I've realized that there are lots of persons who from this platform, they followed us to TikTok, they followed us on Instagram, and they've been engaging. And if you're on this platform, if you're a subscriber on this platform and you've not followed me on Instagram, I think there's a whole lot that you're missing. Because I said it severally, I've always said it, that there are certain things we post on Instagram that we don't post here. And there are certain things we post here that we don't put the full caption on Instagram. And so each of those platforms have different interactions, and because spirituality is broad, and so we try to see how to simplify and bring different messages to different platforms. But thank you to all those who have been subscribing. Thank you to those. Lots of persons have always shared to me some of the spiritual exercise they carry out on this platform, wherein they see testimonies and a whole lot of it. And also, for those of us on Instagram, you see that I've talked about the magazine, the new magazine, the Archives of Nature. This is a spiritual journal. We've talked about the spirituality of things here, wherein you understand the authority of things. When you take water, what is the power in water? What is the power in palm oil? What is the spiritual authority in palm oil? The Bible says we should not be ignorant of these things, lest the enemy have advantage over us. And the enemy have been having advantage over us out of our ignorance. For my people perish because of lack of knowledge. So we've produced this journal, the Archives of Nature, understanding the hidden spiritual power in nature. Wherever you are in the world, we could send a copy to you. Probably you want a hard copy or a soft copy or whatever. But this journal, we have made spiritual intercession on it, made spiritual prayers on it. For your business, you're having a business. There are lots of spiritual works wherein we have put on this journal that as you carry it out, you would see some of the things that God is going to be doing in your life. But today we want to talk about a whole lot. We have discussed so many things on this platform. Last season we talked about how to use rise and increase certain things in your life. But today we want to talk about how to multiply the blessings and retain the blessings upon your life. Every day, I told us some seasons ago, I said every day has a speech. The Bible said day unto day uttereth speech. There is something that each day is speaking. There is something that each month is speaking. There is something that July is speaking. There's something like August. There's only like September. So this spiritual exercise is going to be targeted for every new month. Such that how can you align yourself with the spiritual entity of the new month? For the month of June, there are different spiritual, we post some of these things on Instagram. But this one, you can do it any month. But it has to be at the beginning of a new month. Once I come back, we're going to talk about how to command the blessings of the new month through the use of beans and honey. Stay with me. I'll be right back. And so if you are just joining us, I'd like you to subscribe to this channel and also follow us on Instagram at Spiritual Counselor. Follow us also on TikTok at Spiritual Counselor _. So we are talking about how to command the blessings of the new month, how to align yourself. Job chapter 5, the Bible said, you shall be in league with the wild animals of the field. It said, in famine it shall not touch you. He said, he shall deliver you in 6 trouble. Yea, in the 7th shall no calamity befall you. There are spiritual principles in charge of every season. If you read Job chapter 4, he said, have you commanded the morning? Have you to understand the ordinances of heaven? When we teach things on this platform, we are trying to bring to people the understanding of the ordinances of the spirit realm. When I tell you use water, use honey, use this and this and this, these are bringing you to the understanding of the ordinances. That is what they call ordinances. In spirituality, it's called papingi. Papingi, the secret or the mysteries of the spirit realm. And so we'll talk about beans. This prayer must be done in the beginning of the new month. Please understand this. In the beginning of the new month, you're going to get beans. Whatever part of the world you are, you could get any kind of beans. It doesn't necessarily have to be this my own kind of beans. You can get any kind of beans, but you get beans. There is so much that beans signifies spiritually. Beans talks about authority. Beans talks about virtue. Beans talks about increase. Beans talks about spiritual abundance. Beans talks about growth. Beans talks about awakening. If there is something, if your business have been struggling, if your business have been going through turmoils, if you're a contractor, today you have contract, tomorrow you don't have, or maybe you do something, you have, this prayer is particularly for you. But this prayer must be done in the beginning of a new month. It's not just a prayer you do any day. So you get beans. You wash the beans properly. Then whilst you are about to cook the beans, you will include into the beans some quantity of honey. It's not here. You do it whilst you want to cook the beans. After washing it, you drop some quantity of honey. You could, I don't know, lots of people have different ways they cook beans. But this honey should come about when the beans is getting soft. Whilst you cook it, different cultures have a different way of cooking beans. Anyhow you cook your beans, but let it be possibly when it is getting soft. You will include this honey. You include honey in it. You make the beans, and you will eat. You take a portion out of it, and you will eat this. You will sit down on the floor. Sit down on the floor, and you will eat it. You sit down on the floor. You use the scripture, Psalms chapter 65, verse 9 to the end. Psalms chapter 65, verse 9 to the end. You will pray that scripture upon these beans, upon this food. You pray it into it, and you are not going. You're not going to add you are not going to add oil. The only thing you add is pepper, salt, and whatever. Depending on what you add, then you add honey, raw honey. You cook it, just small quantity. You cook it and you eat it. It could be a little portion, then you can share the rest. But you would pray that scripture and pray whatever you want. It has to be in the beginning of the new month. Whatever. Probably your business is not going the way it's supposed. Things are not the way it's supposed to be. You do a prayer. You pray into that beans and you eat it. I want to assure you that as you carry out this prayer, you would see the manifestative presence of the Almighty. This is Ben Adam. Bye for now.